Hello, everyone. Welcome to Motivation Corner, and my name is Mpulu Gang. And I just want to welcome you in this beautiful day or wherever you are. Might be night or morning. So, welcome, and thank you for clicking through and watching this conversation or listening to this conversation. As you guys know me, people who really know me know that I'm a very, very curious person and I'm very adventurous person. And I'm a person who can have a conversation with whoever. And I'm just that. So today, guys, I brought someone that I met only once, and we had a conversation, and I was like, there is a lot that us as South Africans can learn out of this conversation with regards to the people of other countries within Africa. So, guys, today help me to welcome Pastor Hungula, and welcome, sir, and please briefly introduce yourself.
Thank you so much for welcoming me on your platform today to have a word together with you. My names are Nathanael Baleke Hungula. My surname is Hungula, and I'm the national of the DRC Congo, but now currently living in South Africa after a long period of time. So I'm so happy to be welcomed into your platform.
Okay, thank you so much. And then I remember when we met, I was at Checkers, waiting for my car. There was something that was doing at my car, and as I was sitting, I saw these people who are driving scooters and delivering food to homes for Checkers, and to my surprise, I couldn't see any South African there, and I was so curious. I'm like, where are South Africans? Like, why are they not part of this? And I remember asking you, why are they not here? Let's go back to that conversation. Are they there now?
All right, thank you for this question. I remember also the day that we met, and it can still click into my mind as if it was yesterday. You know, working, especially when it comes to motorcycles, it's something of choice. When somebody has to choose whether to do it or not to do it. It's not like something that we're going to just rise up early in the morning and say that I'm going to do it. You know, this job is a job which comes with a lot of risks.
Yeah.
And being in South Africa, we have come to understand that a lot of guys from here, citizens, they are not keen to this kind of a job like driving motorcycles due to a lot of accidents, many road risks which is pertaining to it. That's why you'll find just few who gives their heart in to do that job. Now, for people who are coming from other countries, you find that our background, we've been already doing that from our homes.
Oh.
We've been already driving those motorcycles. Let me say, South Africa is one of the developed country in Africa. So there are a lot of means of transportations that people use than to think of a motorbike. But to other countries, you find that means of transportations is limited to where people can put their mind to motorcycles as a means of transportation. So you find now many people, many young guys, they know how to drive motorbikes. So once we found this side, so it's not something for us to be afraid of because it's something that we have done since back home.
Yeah.
Yes.
But then there's times where South Africans will feel like as foreign nationals, you're here to take their jobs, but there are jobs like that one, and they're not partaking, and there are people who are employed from South Africa. What's your point on that? What's your viewpoint regarding that?
Yes, this is a language that we come across every now and then.
Yeah.
You foreigners have come to take our jobs, you foreigners. But you know, I cannot put that on South Africans as a whole because it's not all of them.
Yeah.
Particularly, I used to say, you find there are these who do not know why they are South Africans. They do not know why they are in this country. That's why they say so. And much more, you find there are people who did not even prepare their lives in advance. You understand? Like young guys today, they are dropping off from school. And tomorrow they find themselves in the street with no jobs. So now when they see somebody else, whether from outside, doing something, so there is this kind of jealousy spirit which rises up. So now they've taken my job. So, and you will come to understand the job that they say so foreigners are taking, they are jobs that are even created by foreigners themselves. Like these ones of deliveries, this of motorbike driving.
Yeah.
It is us who came up with this idea of driving motorbikes. We went to these shop owners and start proposing them. We can do this, bringing this idea to them. Yeah. We can do this, we can do that. We can deliver for you. You understand?
Yeah.
Then once one of those shop owners picked up the idea and put it to test, it worked. Then another one saw it, another one copied it, until now it went viral. It became a general thing.
Yeah.
So some other time it surprises us when they say we have taken somebody's job when we did not go out to take anybody's job. It's something that we create ourselves.
Okay.
Let me say, it's easy for me. Even though they can take anything out of me, I can still sit down and create something else. I remember when I came to South Africa.
Yeah.
And that was in 2006.
Yes.
I entered South Africa via Pretoria. So you find that I was not having any relative.
Yeah, yeah.
No one knew me. I knew nobody.
Yeah.
And remember, when you do not know anybody, you do not know. It's a new place for you.
Yeah.
Life really, it's gonna have some challenges. It will be challenged because no one knows you, you know nobody. But from there, from point
Sorry, before we go on, when you came here, let us just talk about where you're from. You said you're from Congo.
I'm from Congo.
Sorry, I'm just gonna take you back there. So for the longest time when I was studying social studies back in Lesotho or history in South Africa, we learned that in DRC, there is a lot of, is it riots or maybe for a lack of better word, there's always fights or wars happening there. Are they still happening even now?
Yes, even now it's even went from bad to worse. The fights are there.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
so growing up, that's how life it has always been for you guys there.
Since 1996, that's when the story of war started.
Yeah.
Remember back home we were having our former president, Mobutu, who ruled the country for about 32 years.
Yeah.
Then later on, these other people, they decided to overrule him, to overturn him with the powers from Rwanda. So when Rwandese armies, they came to DRC, they changed the regime, Mobutu left, and Laurent Kabila became the president. And when he came with the Rwandan forces, whereas the Rwandan forces were having another agenda behind overturning Mobutu as a president. So when Kabila came to power, so the agenda of Rwandese and the agenda of Kabila didn't match. So these other ones, they fought him again in another new rebellion, which they called RCD.
Yeah.
Then, since then, it has been war after war after war after war, and much more from the east side of the country. Yeah, that I can say, the North Province and the South Province of Kivu. So it has been war after war after war until when the president died, then his son Joseph Kabila became the president. But Rwanda continued oppressing until today.
So you guys are being oppressed by the very same African country?
Yes, the neighbors. The neighbors, when Congo is surrounded by 9 countries
Yeah.
as neighbors.
Yeah.
And among those ones, there is Rwanda and Uganda. Those are the prominent countries which are oppressing the DRC. Even now, as we are talking, their forces, their armed groups are in the DRC.
Wow.
Yeah, if you watch the news, if you watch the information, you see what is happening that side, even now.
So you guys had no choice but to find a refugee somewhere else. So I think there are others who went to other countries, but you decided to come to South
Yes.
Africa. So why South Africa?
I chose South Africa because first of all, when I was growing, when I was doing my primary school, I finished, I went to secondary school. There is this desire which rose in me of speaking English. Remember our
as
country
there
is-
you speaking French,
It's
yeah.
a French country.
Yeah.
Everything is French. But I had this fire burning in me about English.
Yeah.
Though I continued to finish my secondary school, but I really needed. I don't know
You
what was
felt
that.
like
I
you
felt
loved
it.
English.
If, for example, if I could find you speaking English with another person,
Yeah.
I would rather even follow you from behind. Just for me, hearing this sound of this language
Yeah.
that we are talking, even though I would not hear anything.
So you didn't know English
I did not know.
at all?
It's all I didn't know.
Wow. Yeah.
Then from there, because I was so curious about it, I started learning slowly. So now when this fight happened in my area, let's say in Whitbeg where we are,
Yeah.
and it happened that I had to flee from the country.
Yeah.
So then I said, this is my opportunity. They let me flee to a country which speaks English.
Okay.
Yes.
So how do you guys live? Is there transport? How that whole process?
You know, when you're already in a situation, you don't mind about the process, you don't mind about what will happen. You just only find yourself on the way. So the other thing which will come will meet you there. You understand?
Yeah.
Yes, it will meet you there. So anything, any means that can present itself, then you can use it.
Okay.
Yes.
So now you landed in Pretoria.
I landed in Pretoria.
Yeah. So
Yes.
take me then from Pretoria up until you came to Witbank. You didn't have a place to sleep. What happened?
When I came to Pretoria, it's an experience maybe somebody will never want to hear about. I was on the street for 2 months.
Living on the street.
Living on the street. When you come to Pretoria, you see there is this building which is called Desmond Tutu building. I don't know if you know it.
I'm not so
at
familiar.
Marabastad.
Oh, okay.
There is a street called DF Malan Street.
Yeah, I see the DF Malan.
And the DF Malan, there is one way coming up and another one way going down.
Yeah.
So the building is in between these two streets,
Yeah.
but having the same name,
Yeah.
DF Malan Street.
Yeah.
And Desmond Tutu building is there as Marabastad Refugee Reception Center.
Oh.
Yes. By that time, January 2006, when we came with a train from Messina, we landed at Pakistan there. From there, then we came to the Home Affairs there to be received as refugees. Then, after being received there, you have nowhere to go. I had nowhere to go. So I found other people were there. Then I had to join them, started sleeping outside there. On the street. Here cars are passing. Here we put our card boxes. We sleep on those card boxes.
I can imagine because DRC is very, very hot. And then you come
Yes.
into South Africa, it has a little bit of coldness. Our weather, I know, it's very different.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, you had to cope. Eh?
From the start, we had to cope. You understand? So I was there for 2 months. Exactly 60 days, sleeping outside on card boxes. It was really a challenging life. Remember, it's in January and it's a rainy season and outside without any roof on top. So I found that some other people who were already there before me, they told us, no, let's go downtown. There is something to do there. So we went downtown in Pretoria. There were another Ugandan guy who was like a traditional doctor. Mm-hmm. So in order to advertise his business, he was making pamphlets and hiring guys to supply those pamphlets to people who are passing by, like on the street. So I remember that was my first job. I was enrolled there, and I also was posted to one of the corners, and I was supplying pamphlets.
Yeah.
And from there, I remember I was paid 45 rand. From 5 in the morning to 6 in the evening. There was 20 rand for overtime and the 25 rand for the shift. So that's how I started my life. That 45 of that day, plus the 45 of tomorrow, plus the 45 of the other day, then I was putting together. I could make sure that I spent like 10 rand for food. And which food? Because I knew no restaurant, I knew no way to go, but I could only know where to buy bread and maybe juice or water.
So who were you with? Who did you come with? Were you alone from your family?
I was with another friend of mine who is like a brother to me.
Oh, okay.
That's how we came, and he's in Cape Town.
Okay.
That's where he lives.
So you left your family?
Yeah. Remember that side, when we left the country, there was this challenge of these rebel groups. They were forcing young guys to their armies.
Oh.
Yes, they will go school after school, forcing people, or house after house, dragging young guys to come and join their forces in order to fight against the government. So not liking that, if you get any opportunity, then you can run away. If no, you are catched and you are taken to their forces, and those guys were dying. They were dying. So when we left, you don't need to check where is my father, where is my mother, or where is my sister, or where is my brother. You just only save yourself first.
Yeah. This is so sad.
Yeah.
No, it's very sad. So you saved money every day. You got money. You saved, and then after how many days did you move to a shelter, a place where you can sleep in the house?
After 60 days.
Again.
For me to move from the street.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
Now, in those 2 months, now me and my friend we could be able to rent a room.
Yeah.
But where to get it from? You understand?
Yeah.
Who's gonna give it to you? And by then, the language was still a challenge. We were not yet speaking the English we can speak today.
Yeah.
So how to communicate, it was a problem. And also, remember, we were waking up every morning around 4 to go to town for this kind of a job, and come when it's already late 6. Not enough time to go around trying to find where we understand.
Yeah.
So, but likely it was one of the Sunday that we were not going to work. Then another person spoke to us about a place. We went to find that place, and that place was still under construction. No doors, no windows. They were still building it. So we decided to hire that place, even in a situation like that. I remember the owner tried to refuse, but we begged him. He said, there is no how I can give you this place when there are no windows, there are no doors, and whatever, they're still plastering. They still do. We said, there is no difference for us. Where we are outside. There is not even a wall around us, at least here, even though there are no windows, there are no doors, but at least there are already 4 walls.
Yeah.
For us, it's not a problem. Accept our money. Then the guy accepted our money. So we moved in with our card boxes. So when we leave in the morning, The guys will come and work. When we also come in the evening, we'll take the sand, maybe try to flatten it. We put our card boxes there, some blankets, and we sleep. Morning again, we leave until when they got done with everything. And we started now living. That's how life started. It was really a challenge because bathing was a problem. You understand? Like going to toilet was a problem. So all of those were great challenges.
Yeah.
But God helped.
You had to survive.
Yes.
You didn't have a choice.
We had no choice. We had no choice. That's why in life, somebody should know the purpose of his life. You can have a purpose, and there's no purpose that can materialize without being challenged. Then if you can count those challenges before you and then give up, of course you cannot reach your destination. So you need to stand and beat those challenges in order to fulfill your purpose in life.
So that's what you have learned during that time, that you don't have a choice. Yeah. So how do you come to Wheatbank? I believe you started working and you come to Wheatbank.
Yes, I started working in Pretoria. I remember I was doing security.
Okay.
I was in one of the security companies. Then it happened when I was working, that was now early 2007, then I got sick. When I got sick, I had to be taken to the hospital. After all the diagnosis, they found that I was having the appendix.
Yeah.
So I was operated and they removed it. For 5 days, I was admitted in Kalafong Hospital.
Yeah.
Then when I was discharged, I was at home. Then my company refused to take me back, saying that I'm no longer fit for their work. So I stayed there for 4 months. Then a friend phoned me. Somebody phoned me from Wheatbank that there was a security company looking for people this side. That's how I moved from Pretoria to Wheatbank.
Oh, okay.
Then I came here. I remember I started working at the mall here as a car guard. Yes. When I came in that 2007, I was at the mall guarding cars, parking cars, protecting cars, watching over them. I did 1 year and 6 months there. Then I joined another security company in Wheatbank.
Yeah.
Then that's how life kept changing from one company to another until today.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember when we were talking, you said you were married.
Yes.
Where did you meet your wife?
I met my wife back home. When I came, I left my wife.
Oh, you left married.
I left married.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I left married, and we already had a baby, a child of 9 months when I left.
Yeah.
So it was not worth me staying there and them seeing me taken to these rebel army forces.
Yeah.
Then I decided to leave them and come to South Africa. Then 3 years and 7 months after, that's when I decided them to join me. Then they came and we are living together here.
So how many kids do you have now?
I have 2 kids.
2 kids.
Yes, from that one we had back home and another one we had.
The other one is born in South Africa.
Is born in South Africa.
So how is life for you guys in South Africa? Let's forget the hardship that we experience.
Yes.
As living here, school, work, those. What are the challenges? How is it living here?
Okay, I will start first of appreciating South Africans as a country for allowing us to come.
Yeah. For
welcoming us and accepting us to live together.
Yeah.
In the same, let's say, under the same sky.
Yeah.
So it's good we are here. I know there are many things which are spoken out there.
Yeah, they are.
This will say South Africans are very bad. That one will say South Africans are very good. It depends by any person's view.
Yeah.
According to me, I always say there is nothing that I can charge with people I live with in here. First of all, I can speak one of South African languages now.
Which one?
I can speak Zulu.
Oh, nice.
You understand? That to say that I have found myself familiar with the people here.
Yeah.
Because if I don't love them, I don't like them, I won't speak their language.
Yeah.
I speak their language because
Yeah.
I love them.
Yeah.
Meaning I've got friends.
Yeah.
I've got those I'm used with them, those are used with me.
Yeah.
And from there we learn even how to live together.
Yeah.
So it's not too much bad. But beside of that, as a refugee, challenges cannot be spared. There are some challenges that we come across of. Let us say about school studies.
Yeah.
Of course, it's not a problem our children are allowed in schools. But the problem now comes when it is about documentations.
Yeah.
When it comes to documentations, you find a child who is born here. The child is born here, will reach to the point of going to the university, still counted as a foreigner, as a refugee. There is no relevant document these children do possess to allow them or access them to further education. I remember I've got this, my child was born here, she's 8 years. She's in school here in Witbank. And the child loves sports so much. She runs.
Yeah.
And she's among the first runners of the school.
Yeah.
I remember about 2 years, they could not allow her to compete provincially because of her paper. They asked her to bring study permit. So my question is, how can you ask for a child born in the country for a study permit? When the child is taken to the Home Affairs from the day the child is born, the child is given a white paper as a birth certificate. And this paper has got no ID number. So when it comes to other institutions, like at school, they say, no, this paper, we cannot take it. There is no
just
ID
a
number.
paper, yeah.
You understand? So now it becomes a challenge. You find now there is a competition, the child will come back home crying. Daddy, they say me, I'm not going to compete because I don't have a paper.
So, in my little knowledge about the birth certificates and like citizenship, I know that they're saying if your parents from, for instance, Congo or Lesotho, and then you are born here, somehow your parents need to take you back to your home country and register you there, because they can't register you in South Africa because of your parents. That's one of the law. I stand to be corrected, that I've once heard, that you can't be registered as a South African. So I can imagine in your case that you are from DRC, a place that you don't even want to go back because of what is happening, how difficult it can be for you guys to go there. And also I can imagine maybe they'll at DRC, they'll be like, but this child is not born here, so why must we register their birth here? So I don't know, how are you guys handling it when you go to the Home Affairs, to authorities? What is said?
Yes, let me come to this. You have spoken about the law. A child born here, how can it be said that the child should be transported back to the country of the parents to go and register this child? Remember, that country is not for this child because the child is not born there. When the child is born, that's when the child is counted to be his or her country. Let's say, according to the law, let's say international laws, the child has to be registered within 30 days.
Yeah.
Prior.
After birth.
After
post birth.
Yes, post birth. So now the child, tell me, meaning from the maternity, the child should be taken home. And how that child is going to be registered there, because he was not born to any of the hospitals there. the child, how the record will come out. You see?
Yeah.
So the child need to be registered where he is born. I am a Congolese, and that I cannot deny.
Yes.
I'm the one who came from DRC. My wife came from DRC. But the child born here is something else. The child is supposed to be registered where he is born.
Yeah.
But however, the authority, I think, they don't want to recognize this child as born here, but they still send it for the child to be registered as a refugee or as a foreigner through the parent.
Yeah.
That's how the child is asked to go to the refugee home affairs.
Yeah.
So the child goes to the refugee home affairs and he gets a refugee status paper. You understand?
Yeah.
Then that paper testifies that this child is a refugee. So now the question is, what is the use of the birth certificate they gave to the child from the home affairs, even though it's a white paper?
Yeah, no, I can imagine those are the challenges that
Yeah.
you guys are facing. Unfortunately, we at this point I cannot be able to solve it or whoever. But yeah, it's something that we're gonna put it out there that this is what you guys are experiencing, and I hope maybe the two countries can come together and create that. But maybe in defense of South Africa, can you imagine if every foreigner, especially like people from Zimbabwe, people from Lesotho, people from Swaziland, people from Botswana, if they want the citizenship of South Africa, somebody can fall pregnant in Lesotho, and then when the due date for the birth comes, then they will come to South Africa and give birth in South Africa. So I think South Africa is trying to control its population as well, of which it's my speculation, it's not what it is. So I can just speculate at this moment. And yeah, so but I do hear your concerns and your challenges with regards to having your child being a student here, being a sports person. It means they won't participate because look, I work for a bursary department, and when they give them bursaries, they say it must be a South African citizen or a permanent South African citizen.
That way also I wanted to come to. That is a very big problem also. We don't know now the officials of the South African government, what do you think about the refugees? The country accepts for refugees to come and live in South Africa. They are welcomed, they are received, they are given the papers to live in here.
Yeah.
Sorry. But now the problem is their future is not looked at. Let's say our children are born here, even though they are allowed to go to school. But after school, they are not allowed to be employed. That is the problem.
Yeah.
So after this child has finished the studies, so what do you think, what do you intend for this child to do with this education that we have given the child? Let me tell you that when our children are going to school, they are not going for free. We are paying.
Yeah.
We are
You
paying.
are investing.
We are investing money
Yeah.
in the government, in the country. We are paying hardly. We educate our children by paying. From the little that we are doing as jobs, we get money, we pay for our children.
Yeah.
And when it comes about the bursaries given, our children are excluded.
Yeah.
They are not allowed to be given these bursaries. And remember, these are children. They know nowhere else. They know no other country. They know here.
Yeah.
If I take my children back home, that side they will become foreigners. That side they will become strangers because they know nothing. They here, they study everything. The education is here. Everything is here. Maybe their mind is here. You understand? So when it comes to these bursaries, they are excluded. They are not accepted as others.
Yeah.
But still, if we fight, we take them to colleges. Now they get done with colleges, no employment. So what is the use of taking our money through their educations when they cannot be employed to exercise what they were educated for. Now that is discrimination. You understand?
Yeah.
Now see this child psychologically. He was going to school with friends. Get used with this friend.
Yeah.
And after tomorrow he sees the friends are working, the friends are this and that, but the child has no identification, the child has nothing to do. So it destroys the moral, it destroys the psychology of these children.
Yeah. Yo, it's really, really bad. And as a person who grew up in Lesotho, and as a South African, but grew up in Lesotho because my parents are from there, and I know a little bit of how hard things are in other countries. And you said also that South Africa is is one of the developed African countries, and it's a good place to be. So what can you say to the youth of South Africa, especially with the background that you come from, and seeing how they live their lives here, which for me, sometimes I feel like they are wasting it away. They are wasting the resources that the country has built for them. Every opportunity that they are given, they are wasting it. What can you say to them as a person who's seen it all? Because I can imagine, unlike other countries, people decide to come here. You had no choice but to go somewhere, leave your country. So I just want to find out what words do you have for South Africans?
Okay, let me answer this by using a proverb. It is said, if you have not eaten from anywhere else, you'll never know if your mother cooks well or not in the house. You understand?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if
if you've never tasted other foods out there,
you'll never know if what you eat in the house is right, tastes good or not.
Yeah.
I think to those who are wise here in South Africa, as South Africans, it is an opportunity for them to have other people from other places, to have people from other countries in order to learn from them.
Yeah.
You understand? It's not good to push somebody away, but it's better you bring the person close to you and they learn from this person. How is this person living his life?
Yeah.
How is this person doing things?
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you, really, it's a nice country, South Africa, having good government and the officials as well.
Yeah.
There are other opportunities that may be in here of which have never been used in other places, in other countries. You understand?
Yeah.
So you find now young people of these countries, instead of utilizing the opportunities to develop themselves, but they play around with those opportunities. You understand?
Yeah.
They play around with those opportunities. Because it used to pain me so much to see young guys on the street busy smoking. They smoke marijuana, they smoke this, what they call ganja and whatsoever, and not being in school. And remember, education is the key. It may not fully be the life, but the key that can help you open the life which awaits of you. You understand? And many are suffering in here. Many are living a wretched life because of not being wise in their mind. Take the opportunities that are offered. I've seen here, you can still go to school. You can still go to the university, even though your parents do not have a means. There are many bursaries from the government, from the private sectors, from companies, from whatsoever they offer. Anyone who is ready, come take it. We'll train you, we'll educate you. Maybe tomorrow, if you can refund, it's not a problem. But first, make the use of this. But many are not doing that. Many are not doing that.
They're dropping out of school.
Ladies in school, instead of studying, they go about love issues at school instead of You find a girl in grade 11 pregnant, a child, whatsoever, and tomorrow the girl is on the street. Tell me, what is going to be the life of this one tomorrow out of school?
Yeah.
You see, that is the problem of our fellow South Africans into this place.
So
But people like us, if we can get that opportunity, you can still see a Madala like me in school. I can still go and study.
Yeah.
You understand? Because we know what study can do.
Yeah.
So it's good to speak to young people, and I do that a lot.
Yeah.
I do that a lot. When I meet with them and there is an opportunity, I speak to them. Guys, study. In fact, we still all Africans.
Yeah.
We still like brothers. We are all one people.
Yeah.
You understand? I cannot just be happy in the downfall of a South African. No.
Yeah.
Because once he falls, it's still me who is falling as an African.
Yeah.
So I used to tell them so much about take the opportunity and run with it.
Yeah. Even to start businesses, there shouldn't be so much high unemployment because there's a lot of business opportunity. Do you think there are a lot of business opportunities here?
Yes. You understand? Everything first goes with what is in the mind. That's why you say that I love our late president, may his soul rest in peace, Mandela, who said that education is the key. You understand?
Yeah.
Even business, if you go into business without information, still you can do nothing. So we go to school to get information. We go to school to be informed about what is happening out there.
Yeah.
So first of all, people should go first to school. Let me give you an example. One day, as I'm working with these deliveries, I went to deliver to a house down there in Taspet. And there is this boy who saw me. So he came to me. He's a kind that he was impressed. He said, wow, I love the job that we are doing. I want to also come and be enrolled, start working and get money. I want to start making my money. Then I asked him, how old are you? The boy told me, I don't know, he was 16 or 17. And which grade are you in? Say, I'm grade 11. I said, my boy, it's not yet a time for you to think about money. Think about your studies. As you're in grade 11, get to grade 12, go to the university. When you get done there, you come back, money will start looking for you. It's not you going to go look for money.
Yeah.
Because once you have this mind of wanting money now, it will pull you out. It will take out all your desires of studies, and tomorrow you'll find yourself not finishing grade 12.
Yeah.
You understand? So stop about that. Go study first. Because it's not good to tell young people about money at their early age.
Yeah.
It's better we speak to them about education first. Once they are educated, they will have means of creation.
Yeah.
They will have means to create businesses. They will create even jobs. You understand?
Yeah.
I remember when I was in Pretoria, as I was saying, when I got tired with this job of that Ugandan guy of supplying, I said, what next can I do here?
Yeah.
Because I need life to keep moving.
Yeah.
And this thing that I'm doing, no, I'm tired of it.
Yeah.
I went and found a corner. When I look at that corner, I said, no, if I can put a table here, I can do something. And I started my small business there. And I'm telling you, it was able to pay me rent. It was able to take care of me. Even I could get something to send even to my wife and my kids that I left back home.
Wow.
You understand? So all of that, it's the mind. We first need to be educated. The children or our young people need to be educated first. And much more to speak to them about drinking and smoking.
Yeah.
That are the things are killing
young South Africans.
Yes.
Yeah.
Drinking, smoking,
Yeah.
and the love business. they are involving themselves in love issues, which is inappropriate.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. I don't know if I still have any other question about you being a refugee staying in South Africa. But I hear you mentioning that you talk a lot with young people, and I know that you are a pastor. Is that where you talk to people or young people at, or you just talk to them on the streets?
I talk to them anywhere.
Anyway.
Yes.
Oh.
I can just be sitting like this. Even sometimes at my workplace.
Yeah.
Students there.
Yeah.
Even they can be passing. I will just find a mean to provoke them.
Yeah.
You understand? I can just greet them and ask them, how are you? I'm good. Which school do you go to? They will tell me which grade are you in. They will tell me, I say, I've got a question for you. Yeah. So they will be interested. Sometimes I can tell them, anyone who's going to give me the answer to this question, I've got a prize for you.
Yeah. So
they will be interested. Then I'll give them a question, and I'm sure no one will give the answer. It's a simple question, but they won't give the answer. Then from there, I'll take them through. Yeah. I'll start teaching them. Yeah. It's not only at the church. I speak everywhere, and I speak to everyone, because I love the success of somebody. Yeah. I love when I see somebody succeeding in something. Yeah. Yes. So that's what I do. Maybe another thing that there is a question that you asked when we were talking about challenges. Another challenge is about jobs. It's hard for us to be employed. Yeah. It's hard for refugees to be employed. We've got a paper, we've got a document which is given to us from the Home Affairs. It's a government document. It's like a visa for a refugee to live in here. Yeah. And that document said the holder of this document is entitled to socio-economic life, including study and work in South Africa. Yeah. But when now it comes to this job sector, this document has got no effect. It's like, it's not known. It's like it has never been issued by the government. Yeah. When you go with that document, they say, bring the ID. So where do you want me to get the ID from when I'm a refugee? This is my ID. This is my document. It says that I can work and I can study. But still they exclude us from jobs. Yeah. And you can even hear it has been said about refugees, or I don't know, maybe we are mixing things, refugees and the foreigners, I don't know. Yeah. There are foreigners. Yeah, maybe people don't understand because you are refugees. Yes. You flee from your country because of the wars happening. Then there are people who, because of the hardships in their country, they decided to come to South Africa. With their passport, with everything. Yes. So you guys don't have anywhere to go. This is your only safe haven. Home. South Africa has accepted us refugees to live here under the South African government, meaning in another way, we are South Africans. Yeah. You understand? Yeah, the same way other South Africans lived in other countries before. Yes. Yeah. But now when it comes to this job employment, they don't want to give us jobs with our own document from the government. When I go to apply with that document, they deny, they refuse. You find even this document, it is being declined into the system. Yeah. So it looks like it's only a paper allowing the person to live, to survive, but exempted from any other thing. So how is this person going to live? Yeah, it's hard for me, and I sympathize with you guys because I can feel that I'm putting myself in your shoes that if you were able to, you were going to go back to your home country and try to make means happen there. But because of the war that has been happening over the years and how your life is always in danger there, I understand. And
I hope, do you guys tell the people, the government or the offices, the Home Affairs people that, but we are not, we are excluded in most of the things? What do they say? Have they looked into that? Because every year I think they should amend things, policies.
I think platforms like this one can now also be a nice place where people can be expressing themselves. You understand?
Yeah.
After it's published out there, where everyone can hear, where everyone can listen to what maybe we are saying. You understand? Sometimes when you go to the office, you try to explain this, they may not listen to you.
Yeah.
But to a quiet place when somebody is listening can say, no, this person may have a point here.
Yeah.
There is a difference between a foreigner and a refugee.
Yeah.
A refugee is accepted by the government. We live here.
Yeah.
And there are other people like me back home. I was a teacher. It's not that I was doing nothing.
Yeah.
It's not that I woke up early in the morning and said, no, I want to go to South Africa. No.
Oh, you had a means of living.
Yes.
Yeah.
I had what I was doing. I was a teacher. I was teaching a secondary school.
Wow.
You understand? But I had to quit from that because of the situation of the country.
Life-threatening situation. Yeah.
Of which still happening even now.
And you can't go back.
I can't go back. You understand? I cannot go back.
Yeah.
When it's still in that kind of situation. So now denying me of a job, denying me of a means of working, it's a problem. Remember, I have to rent a place. I'm not given a free accommodation by the government. Beside of the paper that I give me, that's all. Meaning the rest of the life, I have to fight for myself. So I have to pay rent. I have to pay children's school fees. I have to take care of this and that. So where am I get the means if I cannot work?
Yeah, I understand, and I really sympathize with you. Now that I understand there's a difference between a foreigner and a refugee.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's very sad for you guys. But on a lighter note, we've been said, how is it like the positive side, the brighter side of staying in South Africa? What can you say? What are the good things of staying here?
Okay, the good thing of staying here, first of all, safety.
Is it safe?
How can I compare from where I come from?
Oh, yeah.
You understand? Can I compare from where I come from? I ran away because of life threatening. When I'm here, I'm not threatened by anybody. It can happen to me, as it's happening to anyone else. Do you understand?
Yeah.
But the problem is, I'm not under the pressure that I had the other side. Yeah. The other thing, we are living with other people. You understand? If only those challenges that I've said can be unlocked, then somebody can live his life freely. But we live life like in half.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
Yes, we live life in half. We are not really free.
Yeah.
We are not really free. When you go this side, you find the door is shut. You go the other side, the door is shut. You go the other side, the door is shut. It's just like we are living by the grace of God. Yeah. Because there is God in heaven, and He knows about refugees. He won't let them just die like that.
Yeah.
But somewhere, somehow, it's not easy. Yeah. And you find some other place, once you are a refugee, they will never take you with
open arms.
Yes.
Yeah. So have you been to other countries besides South Africa and Congo? Have you been maybe visiting?
I've never lived. I remember maybe I passed some few countries crossing when I came into South Africa.
Oh.
Yeah, but I've never lived in that.
Because I wanted to ask you that what is one thing that something that differentiates South Africans from other African people? But I'm sure you do see you do mingle with other foreign brothers, like African brothers. But what's that something that is so beautiful about South Africans? Because I always hear people saying South Africans are so warm and so welcoming, and they are very loving. So
No, of course, as I've started saying before, that I cannot just say that South Africans are very bad. No. If they were bad, I was not going to be here. You understand? Really, South Africa is a welcoming country. That's why you find many different nationals or nationalities into this country.
yeah,
You understand?
yeah,
Yes, I cannot discredit it, but I know in South Africans they are good. You understand?
yeah.
Though it may not be all of them, but
Majority.
majority.
Yeah,
Yes, majority. It's a good place. It's a good country. You understand?
yeah,
Yes, it's very nice. The culture is good, and
yeah. Okay. Let's talk about your journey as a child of God and pastoring. When did you know you have a calling to be in one of the fivefold ministries?
yeah. Let me start from the beginning. I was born in a Christian family.
Okay.
I was born in where my parents were Christian, and we were groomed in there. We were being taken to Sunday school, and we grew up like that. That's why the Bible says, train the child in the right way, or in the way that is good, for he will never abandon it until maybe he's a full-grown person.
Yeah.
So because we were trained in that way, so we grew up. I grew up with that spirit.
That doctrine, yeah.
Yes. So when I was growing, then I started joining some activities in the church. I joined the choir, I joined the youth groups. And so from there, being trained, then there is, when you avail yourself for God, you are there. Obviously, God will use you. So God chose to use me in the pastoral ministry.
Yeah.
Yes, I was used. There is this calling of being a pastor. And when I came to South Africa, I wasn't a pastor, serving God in South Africa, and that's where I've been ordained as a pastor while in Winnipeg.
Oh, okay. Nice. I wanted to ask more, maybe like controversial questions, but we are under time. So also when we're talking, we spoke about the book. Can I see it? The Everlasting Marriage, Defeating the Spirit of Divorce. And I remember sharing with you that I'm divorced. Yeah. So what is the book about? What is its main objective? Or who is it addressed to? Who must read this book?
The main object of this book, really, mainly first, I wrote this book with the idea speaking to the community in South Africa.
Yeah.
And who can read? The married people can read. The divorced people can read. Those who are not yet married also can read.
Yeah.
Because it provides some materials of training on how somebody can keep his marriage and then not let it go through a divorce. You may already be divorced and then not knowing why you divorced or what happened, because you can still get married and then not knowing the mistakes that you have committed, you can still lose the second marriage.
Yeah.
But when you read, you understand, oh, this is what happened, this is what happened. It can help you to correct. Somebody who's married already may be passing many challenges and not knowing how to solve them.
Yeah.
Then the book provides some materials of training on how the person can. And the one who's not yet married, you get some information ahead of you. Oh, once I need to get married, this is what I'm going to be facing.
Oh.
Yes.
Nice. So is this book out of the research that you've made from the other books, or is this about people around you? I just want to know the content there. Is it practical things, or it's things that you might have read somewhere and then brought all the ideas together and come up with a book?
much more it is my personal experiences
Oh,
that I've lived. I can say it's a kind of a practical book.
okay.
I may have now associated it with another idea of another writer
Yeah.
to empower my statement.
Yeah.
But first of all, it is the experience of life that I have come across.
Yeah.
I've seen how people live.
Yeah.
I've seen what people are going through.
Yeah.
I've heard stories. I've heard whatsoever. Then I say, no, I can combine this together and write it for somebody
Yeah.
to read,
Yeah.
for somebody to understand what goes. Let me say, there are some stories which I got from, maybe they happened from other countries, of maybe you as a South African have never known about. But when you read it, you understand what happened
Yeah.
outside South African borders.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
And the other
true.
thing that I've seen, even here
Yeah.
in South Africa, even here in Witbank,
Yeah.
yes, all those other stories I combine together.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Lovely. Is there anything you want to say about the book as the last statement of the
Yeah.
book? What else would you love for people to know about the book?
Yes, I would like just only to present it that there is a new published book
Okay.
on marriage.
Yeah.
And it hurts so much to see a man and a woman divorcing. It hurts me.
It
a
is
lot.
painful.
And people, they only see that they divorce, but they do not know the replication of that divorce. You understand?
Yeah.
And for me, I call it selfishness. When a man and a woman, they are divorcing, they are so selfish.
Yeah.
Because they are responding just to the desires of their
own heart.
own
Yeah.
heart. But remember, there are other people involved in, let's say, the children.
Yeah.
Once these two are separated, they gash the life of these children in between. No matter where the child will go live, whether with the mother or with the father, but this child will never be the same again. You understand? So by divorcing, they may not know that they are destroying families. And by destroying families, they are destroying communities.
Yeah.
And by destroying communities, the whole country is being destroyed. The nation is being destroyed. Yeah. So I wrote this book in order to speak to somebody. Please don't divorce.
Hold on a little longer.
Hold on a bit.
Yeah.
Think twice. It may not have been good for you, but think first. Yeah. Hold on, it can still work.
Yeah.
And I'm sure if this book can land into the hands of somebody before a judge in court already, and they have a time to read it, the person can tell the judge, hold on first. Yeah. I'll come back tomorrow and tell you what I think about.
It's a lovely book.
It's a lovely book.
Yeah. Okay, thank you so much, Pastor Hungula, and thank you so much for sharing your story of how you came to South Africa and living in South Africa. It's brave because we know here in South Africa how foreigners are being perceived. We know they are perceived as people who don't love us because we believe that they came here to destroy us as well, because some sell, as you know, some sell all these substances that continue to destroy South Africans. But it's nice and it's very fulfilling to hear the other foreigners' side of the story, and also learning about refugees. It has really opened my eyes and made me understand more about the differences. So thank you so much for availing yourself and for coming here. I really appreciate it. And if you feel like we didn't touch on many things, we can still do this. And also I'll ask the viewers if they still want you back and want more explanation on certain things, then we'll call you back again. Is there anything that you want to say, just small 3 lines of closing, so that we
Okay, thank you so much. I think that I've spoken enough, and I'm here just to be grateful for you and for the whole team for inviting me to come and be with you here with this hour of this talking. I really appreciate it. May God bless you so much, and we may still be grateful for you to invite invite us again, we will be ready to come.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. From me and Bethany Medias, guys, please don't forget to subscribe. Also, I forgot to mention, our studios today are sponsored by Bretton Woods Unit number 2 in Rhino Ridge. So if you want to sleep here, you want to book, comment down below. We'll give you the details. Thank you so much. Bye. Thank you.